If you are setting up an online business, you're an online coach, a freelancer or personal trainer, and you are getting a little bit stressed out right now, then this video is for you, because this is all about a guy who completely changed my life. And if I hadn't have come across his material online, God knows where I would have been or where I would have got to and where I would be right now today. So yeah, Jason Stephenson, I'm going to give him a massive shout out, because I'll tell you why just after this intro, because yeah, he changed my life. So more to come. Okay, welcome back. So running an online business or offline business, I've done both, is at times like the most stressful project you can take on. There's so many moving parts. You have no idea where to go, who to turn to, what to implement first, and even if you're mentored, it's like learning a whole new language. And we weren't taught this stuff at school, so we can get stressed, we can get really frazzled, and it's just crazy what that can actually lead to. And in my experience, a very, very extreme example, and let me just tell you there, is it actually led to my business burnout, which then eventually led to depression. So I set up, back in the day when I first started my business journey in 2012, 2 indoor cycling studios in Shanghai, China. And things were great. To be fair, we had a very easy ride into the business world because we were making money, we were profitable from month one. Very, very unheard of, I know. Just because we were very unique, we knew the market inside and out before we launched, we did a hell of a lot of research, we were good at our game, and it just was brilliant. But because I was taking on the classes, I was spinning a lot, I was running the business, just trying to work out everything on my own in a different country. As you can tell, I'm English, but I was doing it as an expat over in Shanghai, China, where it's all, you know, usually Chinese programs and systems and helplines and all the rest of it. So it was really, really quite difficult. And it's not an overnight thing, but over time, I was getting quite ill, and I couldn't really pinpoint as to why I was getting ill with this stress. And I started to feel on occasion not myself, and I ended up experiencing severe anxiety for the first time in my life. And then I weren't really listening to the warning signs of the you know, that my body was trying to give me, because essentially I was burning out. I was just taking on way too much, juggling so many balls in the air, and essentially putting everyone first. And I had no idea that I was really neglecting myself to the point where of no return. And the whole experience led to me having my wake up call, because I was really, really down and depressed. Now, not to the point where I wanted to hurt myself or anything like that, but it really did have a massive damaging impact, not only my health, but my relationships. And essentially, even though we were making profit and it was all, you know, great on paper, but I was losing my motivation, my fulfillment in what I was doing. I went from being passionate about being a spin instructor and serving all these people, sharing the love I had for indoor cycling, and behind the scenes I was an absolute mess, because when the depression gripped me, and the only reason why I experienced depression was because I was burning out, recovering, doing the same stuff again, the same things that were getting me burnt out, burning out again, and then it would take me time to recover, build myself back up, and that was a cycle. And eventually you can't sustain that sort of lifestyle, and that's when I experienced severe depression. And it lasted for a few years where I was just up and down, and it was hell. It was my hell, because those who have been through depression, those who are going through depression, would know it's your own illness. It's like personal to you, isn't it? It's a mental illness. So anyone can get depressed, by the way. It's not discriminative. It's just like, you could be anyone of any age, any sex, any background. But it's a blessing in disguise. Now, if you're sort of down right now, you may not be able to maybe take on board that sort of concept, but it really is a blessing, because not only is it a sign for you to make change in your life, you learn so much about yourself when you actually recover from your depression. So I did it without any antidepressants, any sort of drugs, any medical aid. Again, I'm not against all that at all, but I just had this inner urge, this inner voice saying to me, Jen, that's not the way forward. Even though I was offered that by a UK doctor, it just wasn't the path for me. And even though I had support, of my partner at the time, I didn't have enough support. I was obviously in a different country. They don't have any NHS like they do here, and there wasn't any support groups like they have here and that sort of thing. So I felt really, really on my own. And as I was sort of like in bed for days on end, depressed, my partner was just like working on the business, and like I was just on my own really with it, because I was just, I couldn't even get up and do my classes. So yeah, it was a real tough time. Now, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because people like Jason Stephenson, and his name's on the boards, excuse my writing if you can see that. People like him are out there for you to grab with both hands, because I've got a story like you have and like he has, and he shares his story along his journey, and he's been such an inspiration for me in my life. I just want to pay forward and share this information with you. Now, I won't talk about his story with you, because obviously that's his story and he can share it, but he's just been through so much. And I think why he's so open with how his story has panned out for him is because he's been through his hell and back, and he is the other side. And he's just absolutely doing so well. He's living his best life. If you go on his YouTube channel, he's got over 1 million subscribers. But when I came across his meditations, it was just, I needed something like that to help me understand what I was going through. And it may not be a business that's making you, depressed or stressed out. It could be like anything really that can get you down. A family situation, finances, whatever. But again, if you're there, it's tough. But I would definitely suggest checking out someone like Jason Stephenson, or even I've actually dabbled myself recently on the YouTube channel that I've got here on a few, meditations. Feel free to have a look and let me know your comments. But even if you're not down, depressed, burnt out, stressed out, whatever, meditation is just the most powerful tool you can have in your toolbox at any one time. So if you're an online and offline business owner, if you're studying as a student, if you are in a job that's high powered and you need to be on top of your game, meditation is just amazing. It sharpens your focus. You get to learn about yourself. There are just so many other benefits, which I'll probably go into more detail in another video. But if you're finding the whole idea of meditation quite fluffy as an idea, then that's fine. But I would certainly recommend, if you are building your online empire or offline empire, then just consider it. And you will notice a difference pretty much straight away, like what I did. When I started to meditate, everything else started to change around me. I wouldn't say I got over depression like that, because I didn't. It was certainly a long game, but because it was just one of the tools, a very powerful tool, that got me from A to B, my depressed state to my optimum health, which is a massive journey in itself. I give so much to meditation, and then obviously there's so many people out there that you could maybe follow, but his guided meditations and other types of meditations, just audio meditations, are just fantastic. So yeah, let me know how you feel. Do you meditate? Have you tried meditation before? Do you do it every day? Have you just tried it and you've like put it down and you want to get back into it? Now, you have to be quite focused. I think in order to get the best results, you have to do a meditation practice every day. But yeah, how about if you just check the link below, because Jason offers a 60-minute audio meditation. It's free. You just download it your side, and it's guided as well. Some people like guided, other people don't. For me, it just depends what mood I'm on the day. Sometimes I like someone talking to me in my ears. Other times I just like to drift off with the music. And I'll probably let on to you in another video about my meditation experiences, because when you start meditating, you end up experiencing these quirky little things that you can't quite explain, and then that's what opens up the whole spiritual journey. And I don't want this channel to be all spiritual, and I'm not really a spiritual seeker, I'm not a hardcore one as it were, but meditation for business, even if you don't believe in the whole spiritual stuff, meditation is just great to implement into your life if you want the best results for yourself and your business. And if you actually look into the inspirations that you're following, the people that you aspire to, they are most likely very, very seasoned meditators. They all meditate. All the greats meditate, to be fair. So I would only recommend meditation because it's just so powerful. And I think, well, why would you not meditate? And actually, it's great now because as time goes on, all the Eastern traditions are moving over to places like the West, like here in the UK, and even now some of the UK schools are introducing meditation to the kids, which is great. I've got a little 4-year-old and I've already taught him how to meditate, so that's how powerful I see meditation. So anyway, that's enough for this video. Check out Jason Stephenson, or check out my videos, or anyone else when it comes to meditation, and just see for yourself the results that you can get. And I'll probably have a video as well about how to meditate and my experiences. And actually there is a wrong way I think you should you can actually start to meditate, and I don't want you to go through the experiences I did. So more to that, more to come on that on another video. So alright then guys, I will speak to you soon. Bye.